Hey there, Plot Peak fam! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into your favorite stories, unpacking every twist, turn, and hidden meaning. Before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of our next plot breakdowns. Alright, let's get started! In-ho Hwang, the enigmatic frontman of Squid Game, is honestly one of the most complex and chilling characters to ever hit our screens. And you know what? After diving deep into seasons 2 and 3, I'm honestly blown away by how Lee Byung-hun has transformed this character from a mysterious overseer into a genuinely terrifying psychological masterpiece. So let's talk about this character development, because it's absolutely insane. In-ho starts as this cold, calculating figure hidden behind that iconic black mask, right? But then Season 2 comes around and, well, everything changes. He literally infiltrates the games as Player 1, calling himself Oh Young-il. I mean, the audacity of this guy is just, it's incredible and terrifying at the same time. What makes In-ho so fascinating is his backstory, and honestly, it's heartbreaking. This wasn't some evil mastermind from birth. He was actually a police officer, a guy with integrity who believed in justice. But then life happened, and it happened hard. His wife got sick with acute cirrhosis, and she was pregnant. Can you imagine? The woman he loved was dying, and they had a baby on the way. The desperation must have been overwhelming. And here's where it gets really dark. To save his wife, he started accepting bribes. A dedicated cop thrown into corruption because the system failed him. But even with all that money, he was too late. She died anyway. His wife and unborn child both gone. And that's when something inside him just broke, you know? Lee Byung-hun's performance in these scenes is just phenomenal. You can see the exact moment when In-ho's faith in humanity dies. He doesn't just lose his family, he loses his entire worldview. Everything he believed about right and wrong, about justice and hope, it all crumbles. And from those ashes rises the frontman. But here's what's really twisted. He doesn't just become evil, he becomes methodical about it. After winning the 28th Squid Game in 2015, he could have walked away. He could have taken the money and disappeared. Instead, he stayed. He became the very thing that destroyed him. And Season 3 shows us exactly how that happened. And honestly, it's brutal to watch. The flashback scenes in Season 3 are absolutely devastating. We see him in that final moment when Oh Il-nam offers him the knife, telling him he can skip the last game if he just kills the other players while they sleep. And In-ho, he does it. It's like watching someone's soul die in real time. What's brilliant about Lee Byung-hun's portrayal is how he shows us that In-ho isn't just some psychopath. He's a man who's convinced himself that the world is fundamentally broken, that people are inherently selfish and cruel. Every game he oversees, every death he orchestrates, it's all to prove this point. He's not just running the games, he's conducting a massive experiment to validate his cynical worldview. And then there's his relationship with Gi-hun, which is just wow. These two characters are like mirror images of each other. Both won their respective games, both lost everything that mattered to them, but they chose completely different paths. Gi-hun chose hope, In-ho chose despair, and their philosophical battle is the heart of the entire series. When In-ho infiltrates the games as Player 1, he's not just there to sabotage Gi-hun's plans. He's there to break him, to prove that even the most idealistic person will eventually succumb to the same darkness that consumed him. It's personal. It's psychological warfare at its finest. Watching him weave that Oh Young-il persona, a desperate husband hunting salvation, is chilling because it's rooted in truth. He's not fabricating his grief, he's weaponizing it. And seeing Gi-hun trust him, bond with him, only to discover the deception, it's the epitome of a twisted puppet master play. But here's the kicker. Lee Byung-hun has mentioned that even as In-ho is engineered to crush Gi-hun's spirit, a tiny shard of In-ho still hopes Gi-hun might prove him wrong. That buried flicker of, or rather memory of, humanity adds such depth. It's like he's conducting a personal experiment. If he can break Gi-hun, then yes, his theory stands. But if Gi-hun endures, maybe, just maybe, In-ho's worldview is flawed. The moment he dispatches Young Bae in the Season 2 finale is beyond savage, but not just because of the carnage. It's symbolic. He's extinguishing Gi-hun's last vestige of hope, eradicating the belief that one person's kindness can spark change. Then peeling off his mask, revealing his true face, asking Gi-hun if he had fun playing hero, it's haunting. He's not enraged, he's simply resolved. He's done. Done with pretenses, done with games, done with hope. Then Season 3 serves up a jaw-dropper. Despite orchestrating monumental devastation, In-ho still exhibits fleeting compassion, like when he spares Junhee's infant or ensures Ji-hoon's daughter receives her reward. Those rare glimpses of tenderness suggest the man he once was still flickers beneath the mask. Lee Byung-hun has said that juggling these three facets, In-ho the ex-copper, the masked overlord, and Oh Young-il the grieving husband, was grueling. Each persona demands distinct posture, timbre, emotional nuance, and he nails every single beat. Then's the fraternal tragedy with Junho. In-ho donated a kidney to save his brother, forfeiting the sum he could have pocketed to pay for his wife's care. That act of love ironically condemns both women he cherished. When he later fires on Junho, it's not just identity protection, it's annihilating the living embodiment of his sacrifice and failure. That guilt fuels so much of his cold precision. What's fascinating is how the series uses In-ho to dissect class struggle and systemic collapse. He's a casualty of societal rot, a broken healthcare system, decaying public trust, crushing debt. The VIPs treat him as disposable, a mere cog in their bloodlust machine. He reigns supreme in the arena, but is still tethered to elite whims. Rumor mill chatter hints he might eventually turn against the VIPs, which honestly would be epic. His view of contestants as horses for the VIPs' bets is especially depraved. Dehumanizing them is his coping mechanism, rendering atrocity clinical. But when Gi-hun shields the infant, calling the participants human, you catch a fracture in In-ho's facade. That momentary hesitation, wow! And through all this, Lee Byung-hun crafts In-ho as both sympathetic and chilling. You feel his pain, you see why he spiraled, yet you cannot condone his actions. He personifies trauma's forked path. It can either shatter you or forge you stronger. In-ho chose to shatter, then weaponized that fragmentation. The mask, oh man, the mask becomes a character itself. It conceals his anguish and projects a visage of absolute authority. When it finally cracks, when he removes it in Gi-hun's presence, it's like we witness the raw, unfiltered soul he buried years ago. Here's the real mind twister. In-ho genuinely believes he's on a noble crusade. In his warped lens, he's unveiling human nature's dark core. Each contest is scientific proof that people prioritize themselves above all else. Each extinguished light validates his cynicism. He's not just a tyrant, he's a philosopher drenched in tragedy. And the way he probes Gi-hun throughout Season 2, it's psychological chess on steroids. He's constantly testing boundaries. Will Gi-hun sacrifice others? Will he betray his morals? Will he affirm In-ho's bleak doctrine? It's a cat and mouse game, but the mouse is a hero made of hope, and the cat was once a protector turned predator. That final carnage in 2015, when he resorted to throat-slitting and bone-crushing violence, that's the point of no return. He crossed an invisible line nobody can ever uncross. From that moment on, he relentlessly chases proof that his atrocity was inevitable. So what makes Hwang In-ho such a magnetic antagonist? It's not just his power or his chilling intellect, it's his humanity. He's a man hollowed out by loss and systemic failure, someone who chose despair over redemption. He's the dark reflection of what Gi-hun could have become. Their conflict is not just physical, it's philosophical, existential. Looking ahead, In-ho remains the most unpredictable element in Squid Game's universe. Will he seek atonement? Will he dismantle the games from within? Will justice ever catch up to him? I have zero clue. And that unpredictability is pure narrative gold. What about you, Plot Peak fam? Do you see Hwang In-ho as a tragic victim of circumstance? Or is he an irredeemable force of nature? Drop your thoughts below. Let's get that conversation rolling.